Cheers. Hey gentlemen, in today's video I want to talk about challenging limiting beliefs. Now the reason I want to talk about this is because I think it's one of the most defining, most important things you can do, especially if you want to improve with women or in any area of your life. If you've been following my YouTube channel, I needn't to explain any further. So I'm going to start off with just going into some general limiting beliefs that I had when I first started with this whole getting good at women stuff, and how it changed for me and some of the struggles I had and the things I had to overcome and what I've learned and what I want to share with you today. I think it's so profound, it's so relevant, it's very exciting, and it also gets me a little bit passionate, it gets me a bit frustrated, a bit angry. It's all those kind of emotions in one. So let's go right from the basics. When I first got into meeting women, if you want to call it pickup, we'll call it that, okay, if that explains it better. I generally had a limiting belief. I mean, one of my friends asked me today when we were having dinner, was there a stage where you believed you wasn't good enough and you couldn't attract women? If I'm being honest, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. When I first started, I didn't believe I could achieve what I've achieved up until now or anything close to it. And I think it's the obvious thing to say, that's why I did it. I did it because I didn't believe I could do it. If I knew I could do it, I wouldn't have had the limiting belief. I wouldn't have had the passion, the motivation, the general intrigue, or I wouldn't have been pissed off about wanting to challenge this. So I can completely relate when a guy writes on my video and says, you know, women are just bitches and they're evil and there's, you know, I can't attract them, I'm not good looking, no one gives a shit about me. I really understand that, but obviously that's not my reality now because I've gone through this transformation, or I'm still going through it rather. So for me, if I'm being honest, the reason why it took me so long to challenge my limiting beliefs is because I was very insecure, I was really angry, I was really jealous at the time, and I just couldn't be fucking bothered to get out of bed and challenge these things. So I would rather complain, bitch, moan, talk bad about women or other people that were doing better than me, because it was an easy way out. It was almost like a bit of a release, but it didn't solve the problem at all. It actually infueled the fire and it made it worse. The same limiting belief went into stuff like making money or just getting a decent job. I was convinced that perhaps because I'm from, you know, a working class background, I'm limited to the sort of job I can get, and because, not even just because of that, because there's people from working class background that have gone on to do amazing things. I didn't get a great education at school. Now, I could say that was down to the bullying that I received, that played a part, but let's just stay on to me for now, and you as well. I chose to buy into these beliefs because I didn't have the courage and the confidence and the conviction to challenge them, and I just kept making excuses. So it was, I don't think I can attract women because they're all bitchy and they won't go out with a guy like me because I don't have what it takes. It's not my fault, it was how I was born, so it's their fault and it's society's fault. Same excuse for not getting a job. I'm on job seekers allowance, I'm getting 100 or so pounds every couple of weeks. They don't care about people like me, they only care about people that are more intellectual, whatever it was. So there may be some truth in that, but I made it completely true for me, and of course my situation, it didn't improve. So not being able to get a good job, not having the confidence to approach women, it affected my whole life. It gave me depression, it gave me anxiety, social anxiety, approach anxiety, social phobia, discomfort, low self-esteem. And obviously it fluctuated. There were times when I felt confident because I always had that natural confidence that we all have, but I just couldn't maintain it because I never had the courage to challenge my limiting beliefs, or if I did challenge my limiting beliefs, I didn't stay on it. So, like, you know, like, I can't get big, my genetics won't allow me to get big, so I go down the gym for a couple of days, do some bicep curls and say, oh fucking hell, it's not for me, I can't get muscly, I don't have the genes or the genetics, I'm just going to quit. And the protein powders are fake, they just want to make money from people. So it just keeps going on, and again, there's some truth in this stuff, but I made it true for me, and I want to be honest, I had a really shitty existence. I didn't enjoy my life, and I didn't have the confidence or the honesty to admit that. Now I can admit it because I do enjoy my life, and now, because I understand my mind better and the psychology as to why people don't challenge their limiting beliefs, because what it means to them to challenge their identity, their place in the world, their social circle, their upbringing, I've got the tools to do it. So when I do get a limiting belief, I've got those tools sharp and developed. I've got the confidence because I've challenged other limiting beliefs. For example, getting laid with a beautiful English girl on the street. That's a limiting belief in day game. I've done that, so that doesn't exist for me no more. Or attracting a girl that may be dressed in a certain way that gives off a certain sophistication, or she's from a certain social class and I'm from a different class, I can't get her. I've done that, so that's out of the way. New ones come up. So what I want to say to you today is, I want to say I completely empathise with your limiting beliefs, your disposition in life and your thinking. I understand, I've been there, mate, trust me. But what I want to say to you is, challenge it. Believe me, I've done it, and it's so rewarding, it's so powerful, and I never thought I could be standing here telling the whole world, that's what I'm doing now, that they can change their reality, because I've done it and I'm still undergoing this change. It's fucking amazing. It's just mind-blowing. I wish they taught this stuff in school. To some levels they did teach it, but I wasn't listening. So if you've got a limiting belief, it's there for a reason. It's talking to you. It's showing you you can change it. What you need to do is you need to find the courage to take that on board and get the motivation to stick at it. So I said to a student the other day, if you're going to come and work with me for 6 weeks, or you're going to take up any course, if you didn't have some belief in you that you could achieve the results you want on this course, you're not going to fucking waste your time. You're not going to spend X amount of money and invest in the time in doing it, the pain and the psychological investment, the emotional investment. You're not going to waste your time. So what I want to say is, when you've got a limiting belief, I think deep down we know that's not the truth. I knew for me, I knew deep down that I don't have to have the best car to sleep with a hot girl. I knew that I don't have to come from a different social class. I knew that the way I look wasn't stopping me. I knew, because I was afraid it was me. I had insecurities, and I didn't want to challenge them. I didn't want to look at them. It was too real. I couldn't deal with it. So I had to make excuses, smoke drugs, drink alcohol, watch porn and all that stuff. So identify the limiting belief. Develop the courage to challenge it. Get excited about it. Envision that you can do it. When you start challenging your limiting beliefs, I'm telling you, you start enjoying it. Because once you know it, once you get the understanding psychologically, but how do you do it? You can't do it from, or maybe you can do it. I'll hold that a bit. Maybe you can do it from reading a book. Maybe you can get clarity from reading a book. I personally couldn't do it. My spirituality, my understanding, to challenge my limiting beliefs, I had to do it through the practicality of talking to girls on the street. That was my teacher. Talking to girls on the street, meeting them, getting numbers, going on dates, sleeping with them, getting rejected, getting turned down by them. My mind went, well, hang on a minute. If this was an area where I thought it was impossible to get good in, and I've done this, surely I can apply the same philosophy in other areas. So if I think that I can't move out of my flat, I've got to live with my parents forever, because I can't get the income, I can't generate that amount of money in my business to move into a better place or to share with a friend, whatever, I can do it. If I just apply the same tools, which is fucking hard work and dedication, Floyd Mayweather style, challenging insecurities, Jeff Thompson style, putting in the practice, rigorous practice, Johnny Berba style, because I love practice, I'll just keep going and going and going, these things won't change. Once I start undergoing the practice, the limiting belief starts looking different. So the English girl down the street doesn't look bitchy, okay? The day game blueprint, it doesn't exist no more. I don't need a day game blueprint. I just need to be myself. You need to be yourself. That's what I teach you how to do. You need to stop listening to the bullshit. You need to stop listening to the guys on the forums or some of the other coaches that are just giving you their limited vision. And don't listen to my limited visions, because you might see limited vision with what I say. Although I can't see that, but I'm probably human, you might see it. If you do see any of my material that's got limited vision, tell me and I'll work on it and I'll make it better. And that's what I constantly do. So I didn't see the day game blueprint in what I did. I didn't see pickup artistry. I just seen me and being myself, being the person who I always was, but I was afraid to be. That's when the results started to come. That's when my mind started to change and go, that's where I got a bit scared, I got freaked out. I said, whoa, if this cannot be true, maybe my whole life wasn't true. And that's powerful. That means I can change it, and you can change it. And I've done it, so I can speak from practical experience. Going from someone that was on benefits, that was living in a one-bedroom flat, was afraid, had social anxiety, couldn't come out of my house, I couldn't make eye contact with people, I couldn't even talk to a girl, let alone sleep with her, to having someone that was getting laid regularly, that started to make a passive income, that does the job that I want to do, not the job that I'm forced into doing by my parents or society. I'm doing what I want to do. You can do the same. And I was watching the gurus or my mentors that were saying the same thing I'm telling you, just in their own way of verbalizing. That was the same message. They were saying to me, it's in you, you can do it. And that's what Les Brown taught me. So Yeah, I have limiting beliefs, but I challenge them. So English girls ain't harder for me. They can't be. I've slept with them. They're easier. I'm just using that as a metaphor, as the template for you to challenge your limited vision. Don't listen to your wingman if he's fucking negative and if he never gets laid, if he's got a shit life. How can he teach you? Actually, he can teach you because he's showing you how you don't want to be, all right? I'm not judging anyone because I was on that side before. I've been on that spectrum and I've made the transition. And sometimes I do fall into the negative guy, but I get my way out. So I don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. You've got to challenge your limiting beliefs. They're just beliefs and they're not true. If you make them true and you buy into them and you become part of it, it will be true. Then you'll say, this is a fucking horrible area. It's a shithole. The women around here are bitches. The guy, no one's good around here. You become that. A great saying I heard, I might have heard it from my mentor, Jeff. I might have, or Alan Watts, maybe a few people. I love this, right? And this is what he said. A guy went into a town and he hated it. He said it was like complaining it was shit, that people were hostile. And he went into a new town. He walked up to someone, a local there, and he said, hey mate, he said, what's it like here? What's the town like? And he said, what was it like in the last place you were at? He goes, it was fucking horrible, the people are rude. And he goes, it's exactly the same here. You get my point? We create our own reality. So if your reality is, English girls are harder, I need to use a blueprint, I need to pick up stuff, everyone's horrible, I can't get a better job, it's just the way it is, it will stay like that. It will stay like that. If you say, it's like that, for now it's my reality, but I don't want this for my life, I want to change it, I want to start challenging it and seeing if I can change it. And then as soon as you start trying to change it, things happen. You'll be more open to more positive ideas. You might come onto my material. You might check out people like Les Brown, Alan Watts, Jeff Thompson, Bruce Lee. It doesn't really matter who it is. Anyone that's challenged their limiting beliefs. And what I want to say to you is, don't take advice from someone who sits on their fucking arse all day, watches porn, has never spoke to women, buys a blueprint on a product, reads it, intellectualizes it, but never spoke to a woman, never got laid with a woman, doesn't understand it. Again, it's not a judgment. Make sure where you're getting your source of information from, it comes from a place of truth. Someone's gone out, they've done it, they've proved it on video, which I've done dozens of times to the point where I'm blue in the face. And that's my final message. Now, if that's not good enough, if you've been motivated by that, but you want to see, how do I do it? I need the practical steps. I need to see the infill stuff. Click the link below, go to my members area. You've got a 2-week free trial. If you like what you see, it's $6.99 a month. Stop buying fucking McDonald's, stop subscribing to porn, subscribe to my members area. I guarantee you, I promise you, if you follow the stuff I say, I'll change your life. All right? I love you and I thank you very much for the support, all right? And again, any limited belief in my work, tell me and I'm going to work on it. Enjoy the process.